Welcome to the EEF Future Manufacturing Awards Writing a Winning Entry webinar. My name is Sarai Silvello and I am the Awards Manager at EEF and will be taking you through today's presentation. I do hope you find it beneficial. Everything we do at EEF, from business support to championing manufacturing and engineering in the UK, is designed to help our industry thrive, innovate and compete locally and globally. No matter their size or field, EEF members are supported by our array of tools, campaigning and business support services. We believe in UK manufacturing and its contribution to the economy and community. The Future Manufacturing Awards showcase and celebrate success in the industry. Judged by independent industry experts, the awards have grown to be the most established and respectable accolade of their kind. Free to enter and open to all manufacturing organisations and their supply chains, the awards have been developed to give real recognition to those who demonstrate a commitment to the future of manufacturing. Our session objectives for today is to learn about the business and apprentice categories available for entry, how to enter and use the online portal, navigating your entry form for both the business and the apprentice categories, and giving you some tips on how to make a real start today. We also touch base on the next steps after you complete and submit your entry. Our categories are broken down into business categories and apprentice categories. It is common for your story to fit into multiple categories, and we encourage you to enter into as many as you wish. As we go through the list today, do think about what works for you. Apprentices, we also encourage you to think about if your business might fit into any of these for entry. Later on in the session, I will explain how we can easily copy your entry into a new category. This year we have 6 business categories available for entry. Business growth and strategy has been developed to recognise the most dynamic business growth based on an actively managed and consistently delivered growth strategy. This could include business expansion, product diversification, or the implementation of a new trade strategy. Developing future talent has been developed to recognise those that have done the most to build skills, talent, and develop their employees internally and or promote engineering and manufacturing careers through activities within the community. Sustainability has been developed to recognise those that have done the most to improve overall environmental performance and enhance sustainability. This could have been achieved through efficiency savings in the use of raw materials, energy, water, the adoption of clean technologies, improved waste management and recycling, and changing operational process to increase environmental strategy. Our health and safety category has been developed to recognise progress in improving the occupational health and safety culture of the workplace by introducing new or developing existing initiatives. Examples might include implementing programs looking at occupational stress, work-related musculoskeletal disorders, or occupational lung disease, implementing a new program to reduce sickness, or improve the understanding of compliance through an educational program. The Innovation Award celebrates innovations executed through new products, processes, markets, and business models. Such innovations will be governed by strategic intent and have driven greater productivity, efficiency, and/or business growth within the last 3 years. The leadership category has been developed to recognise an individual who has made a significant contribution to their company through their involvement in a company project, in an initiative, or becoming an integral part of the day-to-day operations of the company, showing true commitment and dedication to their employer and the manufacturing industry. This category is for the nomination of an individual who goes above and beyond in their everyday work, either within their organisation or championing manufacturing within the community. This is an easy entry form to fill in, so I do urge you to keep this category in mind when you work through your other forms. Our apprentice categories for 2018 are the EEF Engineering Apprentice of the Year. This has been developed for apprentices who have done the most to seize the training and development opportunity presented to them during their engineering apprenticeship program, and who have made significant contribution to this and to support the activities of their employer. Likewise, the Business Apprentice of the Year has been developed for business and commercial apprentices working within engineering or manufacturing firms, who have also done the most to seize the training and development opportunities presented to them during their apprenticeship program. Please note that our 2 categories are open to all apprentices currently undertaking an apprenticeship in the 2017-18 academic year, irrelevant of what stage they are in their apprenticeship. Moving on to entering and using the online portal. We use an online system for entries into the EEF Future Manufacturing Awards. Anywhere you see the Enter Now button on the EEF website, you can click on this to take you to the awards homepage where you'll be prompted to either log in or create an account. The platform is not only available through a web browser on your computer, but through your smartphone or tablet as well. So it's a fantastic way of updating on the go in your morning commute or when you're sitting waiting for a meeting. The first thing you will need to do is either log in or create an account. If you've entered into the 2017 awards, you would already have had an existing account. If you cannot remember this, or you forgot your password, contact the awards team and we can assist with that. If you didn't enter the awards last year, you will need to create an account. The best thing to do is create one account per company and nominate a lead person for the contact details. Share the login data with those that will be assisting in completing the form. Your lead person doesn't need to be the one filling in the form. You only need to create one account and you can enter into multiple awards using that account. Your personal details will autofill, which is quite helpful. And the best thing about the portal is that you can start today, come back tomorrow, and your work will be safe for you as you go. Once logged in and using the portal, you will see the My Entries dashboard. In this view, you will see any complete and incomplete entries you have and have options to either view, print, and copy your entry form. We will discuss copying later on in this webinar. If your entry is still incomplete, you will also see an option to edit this entry. When you select Start a New Entry, your blank entry form will appear, asking you to select a category. Important things to note on this page are, after selecting a category, the description and some examples of entry will appear, as well as a link to download your entry guidance. This is a very important document and will help you complete your entry to the fullest, asking you sub-questions and giving you some ideas on what to include in each section. Be sure to download this and have it in hand when working through your entry. Company name on this page refers to the company this entry is referring to. So keep this in mind if you're an agency completing this on behalf of a company, or if you're nominating someone from a different company for our leadership award. There are two ways to navigate through your entry form. Either across the top of your entry by selecting the name of the page you wish to go to, or at the bottom of your entry by using the toggle buttons. Previous to move to the previous page, Save and Next to move on to the next question, and Save and Finalize to save and submit the entry. If you accidentally save and finalize before you're ready, get in contact with the awards team as soon as possible and we can help you get this back for editing. You will find some fields marked with an asterisk in the entry and contact details pages of your form. Please note that these fields are compulsory and you will not be able to submit your application until they are complete. You will, however, be able to move around the application without completing these questions while you're drafting your entry. Some fields do have a word count attached to them, so please note that while you're able to pass the limit when typing your entry, this will prompt you to go back and reduce the exceeded limits when you try and submit the form. Navigating the business category entry form and top tips. So all the business category forms, except for the leadership category, are split into three sections, namely, what did you set out to do and why, your project and action, and your objectives and results. The leadership category comprises of only one question in the form of a testimonial. What did you set out to do and why? This is where you set the scene. Why you decided to start the project. What measures were put in place to keep you on track? Why was this project important for the business? Give the judges a really good picture of your vision here and what it was that you set out to do in this section. Your project in action, this is where this will form the bulk of your entry. Here is where you tell the judges what happened, what activities took place, who was involved, include external and internal involvements and stakeholders, what investments were required, include any obstacles that you had to overcome, the roadblocks you encountered, and how did you correct them. The more detail, the more judges will understand the work and commitment involved in realizing your project. Your objectives and results. Here the judges want to know what measures and targets and expectations you set for yourself, and how the results and the project impacted your business. What was the outcome? Really wow the judges with how well you did. Be sure to include clear, measurable targets where possible. Where financials are required, I urge you to include them. It is the most surefire measure of success that you might be able to show the judges. All our judges do sign a non-disclosure agreement before citing their entries, and your information is safe with us. However, if you cannot share this information, you will not be disqualified. It may affect your scoring, but you can counteract this by including as much measurable information as possible so that the judges can get a clear vision of your results without seeing those bottom line figures. The leadership testimonial. This testimonial really is just about you telling us why you think the nominee should win this award. Remember, though, examples is key here. Think about why you're nominating them. Include examples of what they've done. If they've had measurable examples, for example, they've exceeded sales targets or saved the company a huge amount of money, it's very beneficial to include that sort of information. The judges love to see entries that are written from the heart and show how proud you are of what you and your company have achieved. Sometimes singing your own praises can be difficult, so do get a colleague, a friend, or a family member to help you write your entry. Winners in the past have included quotes and testimonials and comments from other team members who have helped drive a project, especially those really involved at base level. Some of the best information can come from the day-to-day perspective, so really include and involve all people of the team. Write with confidence. This really shows the judges that you know your business, you know the market, and your company did an amazing job. Moving on to the apprentice category entry form, the form is split into 3 sections, namely the employer statement, the apprentice educational information, and the apprentice self-assessment questions. The employer statement. This is for the apprentice manager to fill out. Managers should tailor the questions to the specific apprentice and really explain to the judges why this apprentice was nominated for the award, not just because they're an apprentice in your company. The apprentice educational information. This is where the judges will understand what educational pathway you have chosen and how your study is progressing. Be sure to include any additional study and units you have undergone, as this shows that you are going above and beyond in your studies. Also, don't forget to include any awards you have been nominated for. The apprentice self-assessment questions have been broken down into 5 questions, each designed to gauge your level of engagement, your passion, enthusiasm for your apprenticeship, as well as your technical or business acumen. The key to the apprentice categories is thinking about what you've done at your current level of your apprenticeship to seize the opportunities presented to you. So really think about where you have gone above and beyond the everyday requirements of your apprenticeship. When speaking about your goals, make sure you mention both short and long-term goals. The judges want to see that you're focused in the now, but that you're also looking and planning ahead for the future. Have you saved your company money? Suggested a new system that was implemented or worked on a key project? Make sure you include all of these examples. Write from the heart, show your passion about why you chose to complete an apprenticeship. We want to hear all about your experiences and why you chose this pathway. Include examples from activities both within and outside your organization. This not only shows that you're well-rounded and have balanced interests, but that you're driven. Tips straight from the judges. Have you worked within the community on a project? Judges really like to hear about these and any other performance-based activities outside your work, like sports, hobbies, and other interests. Have you received a glowing compliment from your colleagues? Does your tutor give you praise for your achievements? Add in all these comments as they really back up any answers that you give in your questions. Mention your performance appraisals. When was the last one and how did you go? The judges really want to hear about all the great things you have done. If you can't think of anything, chat to your colleagues. I'm more than sure that there's been more than many times that you can't think of that you've contributed to great success of a project or to the company. The next part of your entry is where you have the opportunity to add supporting documents for judging. There is a maximum of 5 items per entry. An item is considered being one picture, one page of a PDF document, or one slide. Please do not include full slide decks or links to external sites, as these will not be looked at. Be sure to refer to the items within the body of your entry where they're referred to. This will take the guesswork out for the judges, as well as add to the readability of your entry, which in turn means more points. The best pieces of supporting documents are pictures providing a visual of your project in action, flowcharts or reporting charts showing significant results, and testimonials from stakeholders and customers. The very last thing on your form is a checkbox asking if you wish to submit this entry into another category. If you wish to use the same entry to enter into another category, then select this checkbox before you click Save and Finalize. This will create a new entry for you with all the information you've already included. Please note, though, that the entry specifics for this form may be different to the new category that you've chosen. So please do refer to that new category entry guidance and customize your answers and inclusions to apply to the new criteria. Making a start. First things first, know the terms and conditions. Don't fall foul of the judging based on a technicality. The key to getting started really is just getting something down on paper. You can print off the form from the portal or use a blank piece of paper, sit down and write down what you know off the top of your head in bullet points. Think, what did you do? Why did you do it? How did you do it? This will create a base for your entry, and then you can go back and collect your stats and figures at a later time. Arrange someone to interview the team involved and record the answers, and this is a fantastic way of getting everyone's point of view in one hit. Remember, once you have most of your story, take a break from it and return to it with fresh eyes. Give it to a colleague, a friend, or a family member. This is a great way of identifying gaps, proofreading, and most importantly, making sure that you're not selling yourself short. Take the time to enjoy writing your entry. It's a really great opportunity to reflect on the amazing work you've done and your journey, and we just don't do that sort of thing enough. Make a start today. It does mean that the hardest part is over, and don't let the deadline creep up on you. Time and time again, I see amazing stories not complete their entry because they simply ran out of time. And as you start writing, don't be shy to sell yourself. This is a competition after all, so shout from the rooftops about just how great you are. Upon submitting your entry, you will receive an email explaining that your entry has been sent and is pending approval. All entries are reviewed before submitting into judging. Within 4 working days, you'll receive an email either stating that your entry has been approved or asking for further information should your entry not be quite complete. If you have any questions about the status of your entry, the awards team is always on hand to help. Only apprentice entries are shortlisted and apprentices will be notified in writing. All winners will be announced at regional celebration events in October, and results will be kept strictly confidential until then. Please refer to the website for the important event dates being published soon. Don't forget, we're here to support you. We are impartial and don't sit on any of the judging panels, so please do get in touch. You can email us at awards@eef.org.uk or call 0207 654 1540. You can always visit the awards homepage on www.eef.org.uk/awards for some more inspiration. Best of luck with your entries for 2018, and we do look forward to receiving them.